Right. It's page one comment or sorry, I just sent an email to page one comics. Kingdom Comics here. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do know what's wrong with me. I was up for like I was up till 5 this morning, uh inking this page, and it is finally done. And yes, there is a little bit of white out on here, but see it shining. But the cool thing about the whiteout on this page is I use the whiteout as more as a tool, not to cover up my mistakes. So I was hacking into the black with whiteout, and I did end up covering up some of it, but either way, it was still like I hacked into here with some whiteout. So here it is, man. Page one of Anarchangels, and I got a little bit of detail to do up here in the clouds and stuff, and I think I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, but there it is, man. Oh yeah, and I got to put the boat in here, but that's shooting at him. But that's yeah. This let me tell you, man. This page is finally done, and it's as done as it's gonna be. I'm never doing this page again. Look at that. There's there's the control room of the arc, and that's the commander right down there. There's the arc right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I got to detail the boat a little bit too. So I have very very little left to do, but I'm not. But it's probably going to take me like an hour or 2 hours, and then I'm going to start the cover. I'm going to take the cover I think tonight, and hopefully I'll have that done completely by the morning. But I'm telling you, the water, the drawing the ocean at night was probably the hardest part of this. I mean, it was all pretty difficult, but the water was man. I'm telling you, the main culprit. Let me show you. I was just on. So I came on here showing this off, right? Came on here showing this off, and then I got down to this panel, and it looks cool, but if you reduce this down, see if I hold this back from the camera, you can't. It ended up being too small, and the steering control there was not like by the time I got down to this, for whatever reason, it wasn't symmetrical. I don't know what I did. I must have made a measurement wrong because I made like a grid because this panel's very like it's straight on up and down. He's direct center, you know what I mean? It's like basically straight on. So the way the way the basically what do you call that? I can't think of the word for it right now, but basically, yeah. So I basically drew a center line, and I it off, so everything would be the same pretty much. The only thing that's like different basically is the um the like the computers in the back here. Like, basically, I'm going for like the Jack Kirby like weird technology and like circuitry and stuff like that. And they have a three-way helm with where one the other these two guys, him and uh and him, who you can't see really in this picture. This is not practically, but basically like they sit on the sides here, and he's at the front. So basically, I I ended up with, you can't see it, but there's white out. Oh, it is just white out. If I go really closely, yeah, there's just white out. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. But uh, so they sit in here and see these like circuits connect with their suits, and their suits are like charged, you know what I mean? And it basically it keeps their suits charged and everything. So and but anyway, so I had to draw the panel bigger. So I had to redraw this entire panel or well, I had to redraw the entire page because of pretty much this panel. And I was like, it might pass. It might pass. I can just enlarge. I can just keep this as the original ink, and then I can when I scan it to when I scan it into the computer, I can just bump this up and enlarge it, and I can go in here and clean it up a little bit, right? Then I got down into the water, and and you know, and I was like, oh, I'm going to keep everything the same. Which I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something. I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep everything the same. So it's not going to take me as long to ink these pages. But then, knowing me, I went in and changed everything. So here's the water, which is still kind of works. You know what I mean? But I wanted you to kind of know it was nighttime, and that's hard in black and white. So, but anyway, you can see the water. I was just, you know, I was planning on just doing the water exactly like this. You know what I mean? It still looks pretty cool, but but you know, I ended up changing it because I just wasn't happy with it. So then I ended up with just basically white out all over everything, and I was just like, oh, I'm so mad. Like, you can't even believe how mad I was after this turned out pretty much exactly the way I wanted it to. And then and then to have to redraw it, I was just like, oh, I was pissed. But I was like, well, here I go. So I made a pot of coffee, and I went back to the drawing board. So here it is now. It's even cleaner now and tighter. I mean, it is just really, there it is. I like it because it's kind of cartoony, but it's still like, you know, like I don't like realism too much in comics, like realistic art. But anyway, then so basically what I did is I got another piece of paper. I could show you, but I don't feel like looking at it, like a scrap piece of paper. Actually, I went through like 4 or 5 pieces of paper. Finally, I was like, I got to figure out how to do this water. And I looked up reference. I couldn't find. I've never drawn the ocean from 500 feet in the air at nighttime before. You understand what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, and you can't show waves because you can't even hardly see a wave at that height. You know, he's like 500 feet in the air or 800 feet in the air, something crazy like that. He's flying. And so I was like, oh man, I got to figure this out. So I found one picture of a plane, some kind of cargo plane at about like a C-130 or something crazy at about, at the same elevation over the same type of water with like swells, which is what I wanted, like the like swells and stuff like that. And except it was during daytime and the light was coming from the reference, so I basically was able to kind of replicate it as best I could, and I had to change the direction of the lighting. So this would have been the light side, and this would have been the dark side of the swells. But basically, yeah, I was able to replicate it as best I could. And then once I figured out how I was going to do this, I was like, all right, finally, I can finish this page and do it the way like I imagined it in my head, which was like a strip of moonlight. You know what I mean? Because the moon is out. You don't see the moon yet, but you will, and probably another shot because they attack the ship, they destroy it basically and burn it. They set it on fire to destroy the drug shipment on it, which is not any normal drug. I get into that you got to buy the comic book, but basically, um, uh, yeah. So you'll probably see other pictures. You know what I mean? Um, but generally speaking, yeah. I don't even know where I was going, but I was like, I can finally finish this page. So, oh, but yeah. So the moon, I was saying you're going to see other shots basically so you'll see the moon eventually, but this is like the reflection. I'm glad. Thanks for the thumbs up. But this is like the reflection of the moon, like in a strip. You know what I mean? Go like diagonally behind him, basically. And that's what and then I pictured like the rest of the water receding into the darkness, and then some clouds, and then a black sky. You know what I mean? That was like kind of like just the essence, of the picture of like what I was trying to envision in my head. But there it is, man. There it is, and it has come a long way. So I just have to draw the little boat. It's not a little boat; it's like a giant yacht. It's this boat right here. It's this boat right here. So I just basically have to draw that, basically the same thing down here, like firing at them, and I gotta do some detail work in the clouds, as I was saying. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. I gotta detail the boat up here a little more, and I'm gonna be up all night again tonight. So wish me luck, basically. And I'm gonna ink the cover, which is gonna be. I got all my artwork that I need out here and here. Keep everything protected. I don't know if you saw this, but here's page 2 right here coming together. Page 2 right here. So there's page 2, and here is the cover I'll be inking tonight. Right here, the Anarchangels. Like a pseudo military team. So glad you like it. And I gotta get to work now. Actually, I'm gonna make another pot of coffee. Cooking up some chicken nuggets. I'm gonna have chicken or smoked turkey or whatever it is I got, sandwiches and like chicken nuggets, basically, for dinner. And then, man, back to the drawing board. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm like, oh man, here we go. But I'm watching. I hope you enjoy it. I should have like I said, I should have the at least a few pages of artwork done. I might or basically I should have this done tomorrow, and then maybe this page 2 right here done within the next day or two. And I don't know, man. I might have to. I'm thinking, man. I'm looking at a lot of these Indiegogo projects. They have a lot of artwork up. They have pinup art. So I might not launch it quite yet. I might wait and start working on. I might get the cover and another page done, and then I got to do like pinup art and some concept art, basically. So which I'll start working on. I could do that too. I could start doing some sketches tonight. So anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Kingdom Comics.